bet against a guy who's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, even at 40, when you're like, who's going to have a better statistical season? The guy who's only put together 2/3 of a football season and looked pretty pedestrian for the first third? Or the guy who's got 4 MVPs, won a Super Bowl, and like has accomplishments out the wazoo?
Man, I don't understand.
It's a tough one. It's tough.
It's not tough.
For my mortgage, that's a tough bet. For $200, give me Jordan Love.
But I get you. The only reason you would bet Aaron Rodgers would be because of the odds. Because Jordan Love would have better odds. He does have better odds to win the MVP.
Yeah. What was it 10-1 to win MVP for Jordan Love, 20-1 for Aaron Rodgers, I do believe.
I thought it was 25, but it could be 20. I'll give you 20.
So, I mean, you're totally right. I mean, odds would play, but we're not playing a factor in that. If you just had to tell me which one, if I'm betting the house, that's a tricky one. If I'm betting $100, $200, like, give me Jordan Love. I will bet that out of optimism and pride for my own team. But again, I'm just looking for closure. I just want Aaron Rodgers to play, and if he is booty, then I'm going to be so thrilled that we moved on. And if he plays well, I'll be like, oh, good for him. We've got a good quarterback.
The Packers
so I'm
already
still
won
happy
the trade.
That we have Jordan Love.
The Packers already won the trade. Aaron Rodgers is out of town. He didn't want to be here for like the last 3 years. He's out of town. Won the trade.
Yeah, I think everyone's happier where they're at now.
Right,
so
they won more games last year without him.
Yeah.
Like, they were a better football team. They removed a cancer in Aaron Rodgers, and they got better.
Absolutely. Rodgers was not the guy to bring a young team like to the promised land.
And then apparently in New York,
everyone could buy into
he has
Jordan Love.
metastasized very quickly in New York.
Metastasized.
Like, he has attached himself.
Wordsmith, Jim Rutledge.
But that's the right word, right?
That is the right word. It's just a very
like why
he's
use that?
It's a very negative word.
Right,
yeah,
but he's a cancer, and he has spread throughout the Jets organization.
He is malignant.
He's malignant. Jeez, guys, come on.
But those are right. He was a clubhouse cancer in Green Bay, and now he has brought that cancer to New York and quickly spread.
He has a toxic personality, yes. And speaking of which, Josh DiMaggio texting on the private talking text line because he is running the board over in Milwaukee for us, and he has some things to say about Matt's take, saying that he's hanging on to the past. Rodgers is toast at this point, and that he's not Tom Brady, and he'll never be Brady. Josh also says he'd be more likely to bet on Brady to win MVP than Rodgers if Brady decided he wanted to come back and play.
I would too.
Thanks for listening, Josh.
I mean, those are all. I mean, that's all. It makes a lot of sense.
Normally,
to me.
my producer just tunes me out when I talk, so I appreciate you for listening, Josh. Even if you think I'm an idiot.
I don't tune you out. I just look for all the funny bits in what you say, and I just try to like cut it out and then play at the beginning of shows.
Perfect.
That's my main priority.
Plenty of content.
All right. Are we ready to tell our audience what's coming up next?
I think we can do it.
I
think at this point they're comfortable enough.
Now, if you are a loyal Scowls on Brust listener, they did pole dancing, where they will address all the poll questions from around ESPN Wisconsin. The Kyle Brust and Nortman team, we love them. They're going to be on 2 to 5 here in Madison because Matt and I can only work so long.
Yep.
And they gave up pole dancing, so we decided, I don't know what the trade was, but we just acquired pole dancing.
Didn't you pay them for it?
Yeah, we paid them by joining the Touchdowns for Love.
We paid them by donating to charity?
That was part of the acquisition.
Look at us. We're such good guys, aren't we?
We are.
Don't you question it.
No.
The best guys.
Yes.
Except for Alex Strofe, because he bailed on it. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. But we're just going to pretend he did until he doesn't.
Fair.
All right, this is Rutledge and Hamilton. We're going to go pole dancing next.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Every pass.
Lob inside, stuffed it, counted it.
They got to figure out who to foul.
Oh, man, he showed us the hammer and was fouled.
Every shot.
Cam Jones, he'll try it
That's
three.
oh my goodness.
ATM.
Every dunk.
The basket high off the glass. No good. Stuff is good by Ben Gold.
Good lob for Ben Gold.
Every single second.
Marquette 78, Butler 72.
We are your official home for Marquette Golden Eagles basketball. 94.5 ESPN.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
It's Steinhaffel's biggest President's Day sale ever. Take an extra $100 off your purchase of $19.99 or more. Plus, find hundreds of amazing bonus buys store-wide. And get up to a $300 airline reward card with a qualifying purchase. See store for details. The deals don't stop there. Take an extra 10% off our already low clearance center furniture prices. Shop in-store and online at steinhaffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhaffels.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, best-selling author and founder of the Neal Group. I have some questions for you. Who does your books? Hopefully not you. There are better things for you to do in running your business. Do you trust the numbers? Good numbers are critical for making good decisions. Are you getting the advice you need to minimize your taxes and put more money in your pocket? A good advisor makes suggestions to help your business grow and minimize taxes, not just put numbers on a form. Do your calls get returned and your questions answered? Many of our new clients tell us they love our quick response time. We have helped countless businesses increase their profits and lower stress. Get the advice you want and need to grow your business and minimize taxes. If you want to get started on the road to making more money and having less stress, visit nealgroup.net right now. That's NEAL group.net. The first meeting is free to see if we can help. Again, nealgroup.net.
Stop in at Fleet Farm for one of the biggest selections of Milwaukee tools around. Milwaukee's raised the bar on heavy-duty performance, and we've got over 1,100 Milwaukee tools and accessories to help you crush that to-do list. Like the M18 cordless 2-tool combo kit. 400 pounds of torque packed into just 4 pounds of compact drill driver plus 2 batteries. Shop all the top brands we carry to help you power through everyday life at Fleet Farm.
Right now, the prices of diamonds are probably the lowest we'll see in our lifetime.
Diamond prices are low, low, low. Here's why.
It was hard to meet new people during COVID.
When a person meets their soulmate, they usually get engaged about 39 months later.
People started dating again only about 36 months ago.
Most of the people who got engaged during COVID
or immediately after COVID
were already in a relationship before the COVID lockdown began.
The Wall Street Journal even published a story about all of this.
Low sales of engagement rings created a worldwide oversupply of diamonds.
But now, engagement ring sales are beginning to pick up again.
By the end of next spring, this temporary oversupply will be gone.
And diamond prices will start climbing like crazy.
If you ever wanted to own a big diamond, this is the year to do it.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
If you want to own a big diamond, the time is now.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Too steep. You're on the highway now with higher.
Welcome back to Rutledge and Hamilton, the Wilde and Tausch takeover. This one's for my friend Phil, Tornado Steakhouse chef, who's just grinding in the kitchen right now. Requested blazon by fish. Will you ask? We shall deliver. That's how we roll on Rutledge and Hamilton.
Let's go.
And this is the takeover of Wilde and Tausch. Wilde and Tausch presented by Pella Windows and Doors. We are presented by Coors Light, Monster Blue. You know what to do.
And that's crushed. A Coors Light in the morning.
So Josh DiMaggio on running the board back at the Gruber One Call. That's all studio in Milwaukee. Obviously, got some input on the songs here, so we appreciate him pushing Prime to ignore the rules of the hall monitor and get to Fish Friday a little early. And look, we trusted the Wilde and Tausch audience, and I think for the most part, people are enjoying themselves.
We got like a little producer solidarity.
Yeah,
Jesse, come after us. Both of us are in on it.
Pushing back against the bosses.
What are you going to do? Get rid of them, both of us?
And it's and then we're on in Milwaukee. I'm not sure if my brother's listening or not, but he's a big Fish fan. So that was the other nice. He listens to podcasts, the show pretty regularly, so we kind of threw that in there.
Oh.
I did for like a cookie for him of like, hey, and I enjoy Fish music, not anywhere close to the level my brother does.
He's a
huge
Friday.
Great Grateful Dead fan as well. I mean, it's good. Honestly,
when I
fish,
work. When I'm here.
Right. Fish and Grateful Dead are actually really good. Like if you need to get things done, like you're banging out a bunch of emails, that kind of stuff, like it's good to listen to. Whether you're partaking or not, you can just get some things done. All right, so
a little background groove.
Yeah, exactly.
No one's ever hurt by a little background groove. It might even help you heal an Achilles.
Sure. It's nothing like dolphins.
Ryan got it.
It's nothing like I got it. I got it.
We all got the joke.
I put it back down. I said, no, thank you.
Just like you'd say to fish fries at a classic establishment. No,
True
thank
story.
you.
True story. I can just get it at any old drive-through. Let's go pole dancing.
All right, guys, it's time to kickstart some pole dancing.
We asked and you answered.
What?
Coming to the stage, it's pole dancing on Rutledge and Hamilton.
Hey now.
Presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Yeah, guys, it is the Rutledge and Hamilton takeover of Wilde and Tausch. We all know it's Friday. It's a Fish Friday on Rutledge and Hamilton, so we pole dance.
Ryan.
What? You said you wanted me to amp up the voice.
I know, but you're supposed to sound like this establishment's announcer.
He's trying.
So you gotta bring it. You gotta go deep. Coming to the stage.
Look,
it's Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge, and we're gonna go pole
You know
dancing.
what? I'll go to the bullpen, have Jesse come in, and he can get his
Nobody
voice.
wants Jesse. Jesse's not here.
Okay, well then just appreciate the producer you have.
Alex G would have to come in because Jesse's not working today.
She would probably have a good one. All right. Well, whatever, guys.
An establishment up in Neenah probably sounds like that. That's fine.
Bean Snapper's very reputable place. But anyways, starting out pole dancing today, we were talking to KBN yesterday on some crosstalk, and they asked who is a better bet for 2024 NFL MVP. Jordan Love at 10-1 or Aaron Rodgers at 20-1. 78% of fans chiming in with Jordan Love. The other 22% saying Aaron Rodgers. Guys, where do you fall? We were talking about this a little bit before, but now we got the official odds here from KBN.
I'm obviously going to bet Jordan Love on this one. I think there's a lot of quarterbacks I would bet in front of Aaron Rodgers winning the MVP. I think, and that's fair. He is 2 years removed from being an elite quarterback because his last year in Green Bay was not elite. And he was hurt, but old guys get hurt. So I'm not going to just say, he won't get hurt next, because you know what happened the following year? He blew out his old Achilles. So I'm not going to say that Aaron Rodgers is just going to be healthy as a spring chicken this season and win an MVP. So I would easily bet the money on Jordan Love with those odds.
See, I don't hate your pick, but I'm actually going to read the question, and I'm going to do your little Rorschach test. I'm looking at it with the odds as well. You have a guy who's won the MVP multiple times, knows what he's doing, has the receivers out there to get it done if they could just find him that O-line this offseason. At odds of 20-1, I think I take Aaron Rodgers. If they was even money or if it was 10-1, Jordan Love, no doubt. 20-1, give me Aaron Rodgers.
I want to point this out as well. I think Matt is underestimating this. Nobody likes Aaron Rodgers. So if there is even a close...
that's actually a really good point.
Aaron is not winning.
MVP race. You are not talking about how you feel about them off the field. If he has a blow-you-away season, to not vote for him would be disingenuous to the actual award itself.
But you proved my point.
It's
he
not
has to blow everyone away. If it is him and Jordan Love or Jalen Hurts, if they're all neck and neck, Rodgers ain't getting it.
Well, that's maybe true, but that's, again, I'm taking the 20-1 odds because I'm getting way more money for my buck if he hits it.
Yeah, why don't you light your money on fire? All right.
Yeah, Jim, never mind. All right, guys.
That's good.
Another question from Kyle Bruston Norman. This one was on Monday. What is the most important aspect of the Green Bay Packers offseason? 58% of fans said the NFL draft. 22% said free agency. The other 20% saying Jordan Love's development. Matt, I'll start with you. What do you think? NFL draft, free agency, or Jordan Love's development?
I don't think it's any question. Jordan Love has been around the Packers for long enough. He is obviously still developing, but his development's going to happen on the field during NFL games, not in the offseason again for the fifth offseason that he's going to be a part of the Green Bay Packers. This is all about the draft. We need to get players in at key roles to, one, keep Jordan Love upright the way they did near the end of the season, and then bolster this defense where you got a new D coordinator who's going to be hopefully running this defense into a top 10 team. You're going to need all the gears and all the people that are going to make that machine work, you're going to get them through the draft because that's how the Packers roll.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with you. They have 5 picks in the top 100. That should be 5 players that should be either starters or part of your 2 deep immediately. So I think the draft will be a major driver. We don't know, again, and Dave Deerfield chimed in on this, like how our defense is going to adjust to Jordan Love and all that. Like, I don't think we can count on Jordan Love making an astronomical jump. He might just be marginally better than he is, which is still a fringe Pro Bowl player and a guy that you can win a Super Bowl with, especially in this offense, especially with the way that LaFleur has figured out to call plays for Jordan Love. So for me, the easiest and most surefire thing you can count on is adding top-tier talent around Jordan Love, whether it's offensively or defensively, to take the pressure off him. So 5 players, if they draft even just on position, they don't even have to find a steal. If they just draft and the players produce to their draft status, the Packers should have 5 players as part of their 2 deep added in this draft.
I'd like to see 3 defensive, 1 offensive lineman, and a running back in those first 5.
I thought you were going to say special teams. I was going to say 3. Yeah, exactly.
No, Anders is my boy. We don't need another kicker.
Kiss of death if you're new to the show.
For the next 20 years for the Green Bay Packers.
Kiss of death. Anders will not make it through the season because the last person who was Matt Hamilton's boy was Amari Rodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, Rashawn Gary was my first ever on this show, right?
He was his first. Not his only, though.
Not
obviously.
my only. I moved on to Amari Rodgers and then got my heart broken. So I'm back. I'm back with Rashawn Gary, and now Anders Carlson's my side piece.
Wow. Romantic Matt Hamilton. All right, guys. We're talking about the new defense, new look under coordinator Jeff Hafley. Jen Gaben Chewy asked 2 days ago, now that the 49ers fired their defensive coordinator Steve Wilks, would you rather have had Wilks than Jeff Hafley as the Packers defensive coordinator next season? 21% said yes, Wilks has more experience. 79% said no, Hafley is our guy. What do you guys say? Jim, I'll start with you.
Well, I mean, of course, any fan base is going to go with, we got our guy, we're happy with our guy, we're thrilled. But I don't disagree with it. I disagree with the margin on that because I think Wilks should not have been fired necessarily with the 49ers. They have a very high standard of defense, a standard of defense the Packers would aspire to have.
Oh, yeah.
And Wilks has a long track record as a above-average defensive coordinator who has called a lot of plays in the NFL. And I believe Rob Domofsky, who was on with us earlier, he didn't say this with us, but he said it on Wilde and Tausch, that he thought, and maybe the consensus with Joe Barry, was not scheme, not mentality for the players. It was play calling in the game. And when you have to play chess, Joe Barry is playing checkers. And that is a hard thing to do. We hear LaFleur talk about all the time, calling plays. And it seems like Joe Barry, his biggest point of struggle was calling those plays. Well, Hafley's never called plays at NFL level. I don't know. Maybe he called plays for his one season when he was co-defensive coordinator at Ohio State. But that was at college. That was a while ago, and he's never done it in the NFL. So that is a red flag. I would say it's a coin flip. So, I mean, you can stay with your guy. I'm just saying it's a coin flip because to think that you got your guy unquestionably and Wilks wouldn't be as good or better is insane. But I'll say it's a coin flip, and you can be happy with your guy.
Matt, is Jeff Hafley your guy?
Yeah, I think you gotta give the reins to the new guy. Let him run. You gotta throw him into the deep end and sink or swim, buddy. Packers defensive coordinator might be one of the toughest jobs in football because even when you're good, no one talks about you. When you're bad, they call for your job. Hafley, you can't Hafley. Can I say that? I don't know if I can say that. You can't have.
Why not? You didn't say the word.
Sorry, I caught myself. I don't want to swear. You can't half-butt your job, so Hafley just go all in.
Wow, Matt, you half went in on that one, didn't you?
Fair enough. I halfly went in on that one.
All right, guys. Final poll we'll look at. Jen Gaben Chewy.
Just cheeked it.
I'm really curious where the context came from on this one. Maybe Josh can chime in for us. But they asked 2 days ago, do you still use the hide a key fake rock outside of your house? You know, you hide a key underneath some sort of like plastic or rock that is in like your gravel or right outside your doorstep. 16% said yes, it's a great hiding spot. 84% said no, it's not safe. Matt, I'll start with you. You're a proud homeowner yourself.
No, I do not have the hide a key anywhere. Grandma's old house did, and I definitely had to go to Grandma's house and every once in a while and use that rock, and it's very convenient. But no, it is not safe. Even if you like put it around the corner of the house, it doesn't have to be necessarily right by the doorstep. But no keys around my house because that is not safe.
What were you using the key to get in your grandma's house for?
Oh, she'd asked me to come over, but she would just forget to unlock the door. So instead of like ringing the doorbell and making her get up and let me in, I'd just use the key.
I thought you were going there when she wasn't there, so you could have a place to
steal a little brandy.
Hide
Steal
away.
a little brandy.
Yeah.
No. Honestly, if I was going there to drink some brandy, Grandma would join me.
Cool, Grandma.
Yeah. Hey now. 92 years young, still rocking the brandies on happy hour on Fridays.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Jim.
No, but keyless. Like, so I don't know what you just enter a code, or you can do like a fob now too. So no, I do not.
Would you be willing to put a fob like underneath a rock somewhere and have that as like your hide a key in case you ever lose the other one?
No, because again, it's a fob or
code.
like key. Like
you have a code.
All of a sudden, you just get hit with
like
severe amnesia.
Concussion?
Or all of a sudden you become like dyslexic and you can't remember the numbers in the right order.
I feel like I should call 119 apparently.
Yeah, he might have bigger 119.
Dyslexic Jim Rutledge. You might have won for that one, bud. That was a good one. That was a good run around.
I'm glad you guys caught it. Jeez, I was out there for a minute.
Well done, Jim. Well done. Yeah. We don't crown a winner for pole dancing, but if there ever was one.
It was a tiebreaker round today, so I think you have to.
Yeah, no, I think I'll have to give it to Jim on that one. He gets the free coupon to Bean Snappers. Well done.
Man, you did a half-butt job there, Ryan.
I did? I did.
No, that's fair. I was thrilled you were able to tell me that question again because I did not pay attention. Then Jim started talking about some guy from the 49ers, and I'm like, what the heck was the question?
Which, to be fair, is mostly the
pretty
show.
on par for me.
Yeah. Are we doing this again?
No, now we go to Whoa Nelly.
So is that the same thing? Or is it close?
No, it's more like throwing stones. This was not throwing stones. This was pole dancing. How do you not even understand our own segments?
I do, but like pole dancing replaces throwing stones because it's kind of the same thing. You're throwing out questions for us.
Here's the thing: we had so much time today that we had to just crush.
I mean, the last
like
hour,
Coors Lights.
Yeah, the last
we
hour,
decided just
we
to
just popped it into neutral and we pushed ourselves down the hill. This is Roger Hamilton presented by Coors Light.
This
On air, online, and on demand. Get all your favorite ESPN Wisconsin content anywhere you get your podcast for free. The new Wisconsin On Demand. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
Hey, Wayne, shopping for a new door? Do you need something more dependable?
Yes, something that's durable, dent resistant, knows how to take a hit, and is going to last for years.
We're still talking about the door, right?
Oh, yeah, right, of course.
Wayne Larrabee and Jeff Levering shopping together at Pella? What next? How about 0% interest for up to 60 months when you place your order by February 23rd at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offer ends 2/23/2024.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
Dr. Chris Killian is joining me. Doctor, for people who do need some type of shoulder procedure, what's the benefit to having it done at OAW?
There's a vast array of shoulder issues that different patients can have depending on what your age is, what your activity level is. So there are things such as unstable shoulders where the shoulder is dislocating, and there's a variety of treatments for that. Very, very common issue as people age are rotator cuff issues or arthritis. So we have pretty set and standard treatments that there is a difference when you come to us, especially, we do all arthroscopic rotator cuff repair surgeries, really advanced shoulder replacement surgeries where we use a navigation system when we perform the shoulder replacement that allows us to more accurately place the components that should hopefully then make them last longer. So we do have some very advanced options that are very unique to our group and allow us to kind of set ourselves apart compared to other people.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
Make a stop at the Harley-Davidson Museum before heading out to the Mama Tried Motorcycle Show. They'll have food and drink specials from the motor bar and restaurant. Explore their newest exhibit, Mama Tried, bringing it together, and take a free shuttle to the rave for Saturday's show. The HD Factory Outlet Sale in Rumble includes fantastic deals on end of season and discontinued Harley-Davidson motor clothes and merchandise. Don't miss the fun pre-show gatherings. Thursday, February 22nd through Sunday, February 25th at the Harley-Davidson Museum.
Hey,
it's Jason Wilde for Associated Bank. Here in Wisconsin, we love our sports year-round, right down to the Packers games and the Lambeau snow. If you want to show your love for the green and gold every day, you got it with Associated Bank's exclusive Packers checking account. A one-of-a-kind debit card, a 10% discount at the Packers Pro Shop, plus everything you'll score as an Associated Bank customer. Best of all, you'll get a banking partner based right here in the Midwest. Visit AssociatedBank.com/Packers to get started today. You've got this with Associated Bank. Member FDIC.
Q Club of Wisconsin is the hangout spot for watching sports, playing games, and having some drinks. Mike, what do you have going on over there?
We have so much going on. We're the place to be for basketball season, with TVs everywhere. Book a party in our VIP room, which includes a private pool table, 2 shuffleboard tables, and 4 dartboards. Sign up for summer bocce leagues now before they fill up. And of course, we've got our fish fry on Wednesdays and Fridays, where we pile it high.
All happening at the Q Club of Wisconsin, North Grandview Boulevard in Waukesha. Check out QClubofWisconsin.com.
Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with over 3 million members. They are the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you watch the winnings roll in. You can now win up to 100x on your money. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players, sports, and stat types are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. No matter what sports you're into, basketball, hockey, soccer, tennis, Prize Picks has a game for you. And Prize Picks even offers injury insurance so that your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. Download the app today. Use the promo code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code WI on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
When I jumped off, I had a bucket full of thoughts.
Fish Friday continues on the Rutledge and Hamilton takeover of Wilde and Tausch. Wilde and Tausch presented by Pella Windows and Doors. We got me, Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, the curler, live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Primetime is with us here as well. Josh DiMaggio back at the Gruber One Call That's All studio in Milwaukee. And we are filling in for Wilde and Tausch, so we're going to do some of their things for the rest of the show. We're going to play a little Whoa Nelly because Jesse Nelson had to get himself onto the show regularly, so he made up a segment for it.
So let's call it Whoa Wooly instead.
Whoa Wooly!
Whoa Nelly!
Awesome.
That was the wrong one. I clicked the wrong Whoa Nelly, guys. Premature often. It happens.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocca's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
Yeah, so just for clarification there, I accidentally loaded the wrong music file into our log there, which is why you just heard that and not the hole open there.
Honestly, it tracks so much for our show.
Yeah.
It's like, if we're going to give them the real Rutledge and Hamilton experience, there's got to be those little mistakes that we just refuse to clean up.
Everything's under control. Situation normal. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you.
I got it under control, guys. I promise.
I know.
Don't worry. All right. So speaking of under control, the Bucks don't look like they're under control right now, guys. We talked about them to start the show, falling 113-110 to the Memphis Grizzlies last night. The Grizzlies were also 1-10 coming into that game in their previous few games, and the Bucks 3-7 now under Doc Rivers. And the game was on TNT just leading up to the All-Star break. So Shaq on the post game for TNT had some choice words about what he feels about the Bucks right now.
It's a championship team on paper that's nowhere near a championship.
Yeah.
The way they're playing right now, they're going to get swept in the first round.
So Shaq thinks they're going to get swept in the first round. I know I said, should we adjust our expectations earlier in the show? Did we have too high of expectations? But, I mean, getting out of the first round, they have to do that, right, guys? I mean, what do you think?
God, yes. They need to get out of the first round. If they don't get out of the first round, The worst part is they can't blow it up. There's nothing to blow up.
The only blow up is,
getting worse because you're not going to get anything from Middleton or Lopez.
The only blow up is Giannis says.
Well, you're not going to do that. Oh, Giannis, do you think blows it up?
That's the blow up I'm worried about.
Here's what I think you have in your corner on that. And again, I'm a huge Giannis fan. I think he's amazing on and off the court. There is a little tarnish with the Budenholzer. Did he kind of want him out? And then the Griffin was his guy sort of thing. And then Griffin, he didn't save Griffin. And now you have Doc in here. And look, players can get through this. Magic Johnson, forced out Westhead and brought in Riley. And Magic Johnson's beloved. So it doesn't mean this will be forever. But I'm saying that if Giannis does those two things and then leaves, it's going to look like what LeBron did to Cleveland when he left Cleveland in the lurch and went to Miami. Where he said, do all these things for me, do everything I absolutely want all the time, every single day, and then I'm going to leave and you're screwed. So I don't think Giannis will do that.
The one thing I'll give for Giannis, though, is that he has won a championship for the city of Milwaukee already.
True. I just mean the actual, let me assemble a team exactly how I want it to do, and then I'm going to leave you in the lurch.
Yeah. Matt, what do you think?
I mean, this team is built for the playoffs. I don't think they'll get swept in the first round. They're currently sitting at third. They're going to turn it around. They have too many good players on this team, too much experience to not turn it around. I know that Shaq might have been a genie and been Shazam, but he's not wishing that kind of first-round sweep on the Bucks.
He's not a fortune teller, too? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just really wanted to pull this Shazam.
Now, that felt like an underhanded compliment if I've ever heard one, Matt. Honestly.
Don't like it. Inappropriate.
All right, well, speaking of compliments, you guys may know Shams Charania. He is essentially the Woj of The Athletic, the NBA insider newsbreaker for those guys. Mm-hmm. And he often goes on the Kay Adams Up and Adams show.
Okay.
She formerly worked for NFL Network, and now she has her own YouTube channel. And part of the speculation is that Kay and Shams might be a little more than just coworkers, possible media members. It's believed that they might actually just be fully dating. Have you ever seen clips of the two of them on the show?
I only consume ESPN content. So
Oh, okay. Well, look, it's a fun bit to watch on social media play out. And speaking of ESPN content, Shams was on Pat McAfee earlier today.
I see him right now.
Yes, and they came just right out and asked him.
Consider as dangerous.
Okay, and are you and Kay Adams dating?
Whoa!
Yeah, got her shoes.
That's a great colleague of mine. I think she's amazing. You got to know her a little bit too.
We do know her. Yeah, we're big fans. We're certainly big fans.
I think she's amazing at what she does. I enjoy going on her show. Obviously she has to me. Like with you, similarly, you make me feel comfortable when I'm on your show. She makes me feel very comfortable.
Oh, you're comfortable around each other. That's a good start.
That's a great start. That's number one.
We saw the Super Bowl together.
So I ask you guys, Pat McAfee here, is it kind of out of line to just straight up come out and ask a guy if he's dating someone and it's dating someone he might want to not have it come out? Or, I don't know, how do you feel this situation was handled? Matt, I'll start with you.
When you're on the Pat McAfee show, I think there is no question that's really off limits. That guy just kind of rolls with whatever he wants. And honestly, people love him for it, love him or hate him. He gets good interviews out of guests because he makes them feel comfortable when they're being interviewed. So I'm pretty sure that it probably wasn't the question he wanted to hear, but I thought he handled it pretty well. Totally hedging there. So, jury's still out, for my opinion, but no, I don't think it's totally outrageous for Pat McAfee to do it. Me or Jim could not ask that question.
Are you kidding me? After dark, you wouldn't ask me?
No. I have a little more journalistic integrity than that.
Well, because I was going to say, we have guests on that we are close with that we still wouldn't put in a position like that unless they were comfortable with it.
I mean, the Pat McAfee, it's just I'm not saying he's like a shock jock. He just likes those questions that are going to catch people off guard.
I would imagine that because Shams was pretty complimentary as far as Pat McAfee making him feel comfortable, that there was at least a
heads up.
Not a full-on, heads up, but here's the problem I have with the question. And it's fine if Shams and Kay are dating. But it is... I cringe at the thought at times of, men and women can be really good and close friends and can
not
have...
dating.
Right, and have really good relationships.
Yeah.
Even... Because, and it just mirrors the relationship a guy would have with another guy friend or a woman would have another woman friend. So I don't like that implication. And honestly, to the point now, once in a while I watch shows with my wife and I'm I like, and I hope they don't have these two people date. Like when they're really good friends in the show, and it's like I hope they don't, because I think kids need to see it. Like when I watch kids shows with my kids, and I'll be like, you can see that a guy and a girl
platonic
can be friends. Yes, and I think that you need to see more of that in movies, but also like if they're dating, fine. But also like I don't want someone to have to be put in a weird position because they're friends with someone. Because if people making all these implications about Shams and Kay and they're not dating, well then that's weird now. Now all of a sudden it's weird for them and their friendship because other people have projected their thoughts on men and women being friends onto them.
Not to mention if they did have like people that they were dating, obviously not each other, like that's got to be really hard for their significant other to hear all the time because you've got a platonic friend in the media biz, and now people are like speculating on it.
And Josh is saying that they lean into it, which again is fine. And again, I don't have a problem. It's just more of just a general conversation of like, even if they're lean into it, they can lean into it and be all part of the bit. But at the same time, just in general, I don't love how at times we just try to like put people together just because they're men and women who are friends.
Seems like it'd be a good fit. It's not up to you.
Yeah, I actually really like
leaning into it. I mean, McAfee. I'm sure that he's got a good reputation as a good radio interviewer. So I would say I'm fine with him doing it.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's all fair. All fair in love and war, as they say, right, guys?
Mm-hmm. Or love and friendship.
And friendship.
Or
friendship and war.
Friendship and war. That's what this show should be called. Friendship and war.
Yeah, that's actually a great descriptor.
Jim?
I know the grenades to throw. Yeah, absolutely.
The grenades. Not even stones. You're throwing full grenades.
At times, if it's friendship and war, yeah. Throw a grenade. I know what could trigger Matt. Aaron Rodgers.
Get out of here.
Oh, he finally looked up. Look at him.
Yeah.
I'm coloring right now. I'm over it. Whoa, Nelly.
Is that Whoa, Nelly?
That is
Whoa,
Nelly. Yes, I believe that's how it ends.
Whoa, Nelly.
So we could have just like woolied like half at any point, and he would have had to find a different question for us. That's the beauty of that segment that we.
I'll be honest, I didn't know that was part of the segment.
So Whoa, Nelly is like if we don't like the question, we can just be like, that's a big nothing burger. Move on. Whoa, woolly.
Oh, now it makes sense.
That's soft.
That's the point.
Answer the question.
Well, sometimes it's like, it is a nothing burger, so let's just move on.
Whoa, Nelly!
I don't know. I mean, isn't the whole job of being a radio host is making a nothing burger look delicious and be tasty?
Yeah, but I think this is their one chance to like talk about what you want to talk about. That's the point.
You know what we should move on to?
I thought it was fun.
Feel Good Friday.
Yeah. Whoa, Willie.
I'm feeling good. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. Percent of Microwave Light.
Whoa!
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. NBA All-Star Weekend is here. From the sharpshooters beyond the arc in the three-point contest.
Catch and shoot three from Malik Beasley, who plants it right in the heart of the cylinder.
To the high flyers in the slam dunk contest.
Jaylen Brown flies in through the air, a right-hand slam.
And every star on the court for the game. Our coverage tips off at 7 o'clock Saturday night and carries through the weekend. Tune in right here on Milwaukee's home for the NBA on ESPN Radio, 94.5 ESPN.
Their place or yours. The Delafield Brewhouse All Events Catering with 5-star food and service. The Delafield Brewhouse in the heart of Lake Country. Call today for more info. Thirsty? Their craft beer is good to go. Stop by today. Drink ale, live lager. The Delafield Brewhouse.
Stop in at Fleet Farm for one of the biggest selections of Milwaukee tools around. Milwaukee's raised the bar on heavy-duty performance, and we've got over 1,100 Milwaukee tools and accessories to help you crush that to-do list. Like the M18 cordless 2-tool combo kit. 400 pounds of torque packed into just 4 pounds of compact drill driver plus 2 batteries. Shop all the top brands we carry to help you power through everyday life at Fleet Farm.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Whether you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're planning to visit Milwaukee, enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. The hotel is ideally located in the heart of the theater district in downtown Milwaukee. With deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site galleries, and nightly live music, you'll enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Book special hotel packages with room rates starting as low as $129 a night. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com.
Go beyond your field of study and get a world-class education in leadership by joining the U.S. Army ROTC. Army ROTC programs transform students into confident leaders and provide a wide range of scholarships to help pursue life-defining careers. As an Army officer, you'll work side by side with peers who support your growth. Gain the experience and get the resources to open doors down the road. Army ROTC is open for enrollment. Visit goarmy.com/ROTC to learn more about available opportunities and scholarships, including at Marquette University.
What do you get when you combine 300 competitors racing on a Dr. Pepper syrup-soaked racetrack?
Wait. Did you say a Dr. Pepper-soaked racetrack?
It's Flat Out Friday. Indoor flat track motorcycle races.
Friday, February 23rd.
Enjoy classes from amateur to pro, mini bikes to baggers, and vintage to modern. An adrenaline-filled night of thrills and spills that's fun for the whole family. Flat Out Friday. Indoor flat track motorcycle races. Hart Circus, Hart Rock Show.
Friday, February 23rd.
Get tickets at BuySurfForum.com.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde, and for years and years, I've been telling you about Boucher Automotive and how they ride with us and you every mile. But over the past year, Boucher has been hard at work improving their sales processes, expanding and remodeling their facilities, and investing in new technology and continuing their commitment to better serving their customers, their employees, and their community. And that's why at Boucher, when their customers leave the dealership, they hope they've made a customer for life. With 20 locations throughout southeastern Wisconsin and 30 brands, they've got thousands of new and used vehicles for you to choose from. They are proud to be your Wisconsin family dealership group since 1977. So check them out at Boucher.com.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Whoa, Nelly!
Like I should. When in dark, walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Hey, every day can be a
Rutledge and Hamilton continues. The takeover of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors. We are presented by Coors Light. Mountains of Blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light while it's still morning.
Absolutely. It's late now. If this was a Saturday,
we got 5 minutes until noon, and then it's totally appropriate to have a beer.
If this was Saturday or Sunday, you'd be behind schedule.
Yeah, maybe.
Like a football Saturday and Sunday for sure.
Definitely on football Saturday or Sunday.
He's Matt Hamilton.
On a normal Saturday or Sunday? Probably. A little bit behind schedule.
He's Matt Hamilton. I am Jim Rutledge. We have Josh DiMaggio back at the Gruber One Call. That's all studio in Milwaukee. Prime time with us as well in the Everlight Solar studio here in Madison.
Also a legend.
And that also my favorite, one of my favorite segments here is Feel Good Friday. Is that what we're doing right now?
That is what we're doing. We're throwing out our Feel Good stories of the week or up this upcoming weekend. So, Matt, I know you have one to start. Why don't we get started with you?
So this is a Feel Good for you guys, and it's also a Feel Good for me because I got to be a part of it. Thanks to Ben Bruss for setting up this Touchdowns for Love thing that we had going on. Every touchdown, we were donating $100 as a show. Ben started this, got us involved. It's all going to the Guarding Against Cancer, which gives money to the Carbone Center here in Wisconsin for research, which obviously is going to go a long way in taking cancer out because cancer sucks. Well, we were able to raise, with Ben's support and everything like that, we were able to raise $52,300. That was all Ben's brainchild. Feel absolutely fortunate that we got to be a part of it. Had some fun. We watched all these touchdowns. Jordan Love literally must have been listening. It was like, oh my gosh, I can do something good for the kids in Wisconsin and the Carbone Cancer Center. I'm just going to light it up from here on out because after that KC game, The guy was, not to say he was bad during the KC game, but the guy was absolutely on fire for the later half of that season.
Let's go!
And we were able to raise a ton of money, or I got to be a part of it. So that is my feel-good Friday story, is Ben setting up that awesome charity event.
Even as a Bears fan, I was happy to be a part of it. A couple off of Kansas City. Jason Kelsey talked about he had that luchador mask that he found at out and about in Kansas City. It was a kid that had it, so he's getting it back to him. Mm-hmm. And then also, Taylor Swift donated $100,000 to the Reyes family. And I know that's not a lot of money to her, but it's a lot to the Reyes family. And then Patrick Mahomes has been visiting with that family. That is the family of the woman who was tragically taken down during the Chiefs parade. And side note, I'm just thrilled that Taylor Swift, the Patrick Mahomes, Jason Kelsey all stepping up. And also, I would like to point this out. Love Home and Lindsay paint. My entire house. Like, it makes my life so much easier to paint with all that paint. That's not even like a thing. Like, my wife paints the house. We bought that, and it's been amazing. All right. What, you got something to say real quick?
No. Thanks for listening. Thanks for letting us take over your show.
All right. This has been Rutledge and Hamilton, the Takeover, Wilde and Tausch, presented by Coors Light and Pella Windows and Doors.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on Wisconsin On Demand.
Meet Alan, who was diagnosed with sleep apnea.
I was what they call a mouth breather, and I would breathe at night with my mouth open.
And for about 8 years, Alan struggled with a CPAP machine. And then
I saw the Advent commercial, and I thought, well, what do you got to lose? This machine is miserable.
For most people, CPAP machines are miserable, but a simple breathing triangle solution from Advent can be life-changing.
And it really was, to me, it was amazing, because I don't think I ever breathed that clear.
This is Dr. Madan Kandula. After having one of Advent's simple breathing triangle procedures, people are amazed at how freely and clearly they can breathe.
I'm happy with the procedure. I'm very glad I did it. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago. I could have avoided that machine I had to have laying next to the bed with the hose wrapped around my head.
Schedule your appointment at adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.